creatures. Welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name's Amy and I'm so glad to have you. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm doing a very special Oracle of Lilith session for my channel. Before you see the scrying mirrors, but before I get into it, keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private readings and sessions. All that information will be down in my description box below. Okay, so these are going to be messages from Lilith for 2022. I have broken this down into 2 sessions. Right now, my Oracle of Lilith sessions include a tarot reading. I don't know how long that's going to continue, but right now we're including a scrying session and a tarot reading, as well as a Ghostbox session. I'm going to be doing a Ghostbox for each one of these mirrors as well. Now, let's talk a little bit about scrying, because a lot of people aren't really familiar with it. And the history of black mirrors, obsidian mirrors being used for divination and psychic ability and trance states is well noted, okay? How I use the mirrors is I connect through the portal of the mirror that was created through magical means. And I use these mirrors to look into other realms, specifically the realm of Lilith, but they have opened up to other realms as well. So each one of these mirrors was created very specifically. I had very specific directions on how to create them. So, and when I connect with the mirror, many times my hands will go forward. I am in a trance state, and I've kind of been training myself how to bring forward the visions I see, how to speak them so that others can understand them. And I've really worked on that ability. So hopefully you guys will be able to get a good idea of what I'm seeing. Now, why are these visions important? These visions are important because they have a lot of subconscious triggers. They have a lot of spiritual triggers. They have a lot of psychic triggers. And many people who have had a Oracle of Lilith session find that they have to sit with it a little bit. There's usually a lot of information that comes through, and it takes a bit to kind of digest it and break it down. And that's why I do all of my private sessions on video, so that people can revisit them as they need to connect with the energy and see what else is there for them. Many times these sessions are in layers. There's different layers to them. So each mirror is specially created, and yeah, so I'm really excited about this, and let's just go through the mirrors and I'll show you your choices. So the first one's going to be the blue candle and the big rectangular mirror. That is the mirror of magic. That's what it's been called. That's the name I was given to give it. So, and that's number 1, the round mirror in the middle with the white candle. That's a very special portal of manifestation. And a lot of powerful frequencies in that mirror. Also, the third one is going to be Lilith's mirror. And I call it Medusa's mirror often because Medusa is an energy that is attached to this mirror that is the guardian of this mirror. And it specifically has a guardian. The other mirrors have guardians, but it's not as specific. It's more like a group of spirits who guard these portals. These portals are held in very safe ways where nothing harmful can come through. We're looking at visions, ideas, expansion of consciousness, healing, and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to include a little video where you can sit and kind of see which mirror you're drawn to. Now, you're going to have 2 choices to make here. You can choose all of them if you want, but you're going to have a tarot reading that is symbolic with skulls. There's going to be 3 skulls, as above, so below, and the in-between. And those can stand on their own. Those readings, each one of these readings and sessions, it can stand on its own. So if you're only drawn to one, then you're only drawn to one, okay? If you're drawn to 3, you're drawn to 3. You may want to see all the mirrors and none of the tarot. It's going to depend. So, but the idea is to pick a tarot, so pick a head, pick a skull, and pick a mirror, and watch them one after the other, okay? Yeah, so with that said, I'm going to leave you with the mirrors, and you can see which one you're drawn to. I appreciate you guys being here. I am very grateful for your support, and I hope you subscribe. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. I will see you beautiful magical creatures on the other side. Bye, guys. Okay. Hello, beautiful creatures. All of you that selected Mirror Alpha, the Mirror of Magic. This is going to be the Ghostbox session for you guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it run for about 5 minutes and see who comes through. And if anything does, that's of note, I will include it in your mirror session. All right, so let's just turn it on here and get going.
Xbox. Scanning. FM.
Is anybody here with us? Is anybody here with us? I offer you my energy to help you manifest and come to the box. I offer you my energy to help you manifest and come to the box. Mother, are you with us?
Yeah.
Mother, are you with us?
Yeah.
Do you have any final messages? Hello, all you magical beasties who selected the Magick Mirror Alpha. This is going to be your session. Now keep in mind, this is a general session, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So I want you to take a deep breath. Just breathe very deeply. Allow your body to relax. Take about 3 deep breaths. And with every breath, you're going to release more tension from your body. Allow it to kind of spill out of your vessel into the environment around you. And watch it dissipate into golden flakes of energy. So let's do that. And one more. So I'm connecting with your frequency and the mirror. Many times at the beginning, I'll see a gateway or a road. But what I'm seeing is cemetery dirt beneath my feet. I am in a cemetery with miles of gravestones. We are entering the realm of the dead. And I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them falling beneath their gravestones through this white light. And they are transformed. Into these white birds, all kinds of different white birds. But at the very heart of this huge manifestation there is the blackbirds in the middle, churning the energy so the others can see the light, see the power in their shadow. This is illumination. This is dark ascension. It's a very powerful frequency that's coming through. Now I'm seeing a being coming closer to me, pulling their energy closer to me. Yes. Yes, this is Lucifer. Lucifer is coming forward for group 1. This is his ascended state coming forward. Ooh, the energies are very strong. How do I see him? I see him with blue skin. It's radiating this flame, this fire. He has massive horns. He always does when I see him. Hey. Yeah, so, he is in his radiance and glory. An archangel, a god, a master of magic. And I'm seeing on his body there are symbols and spells covering every inch of his skin. They're sigils, different sigils, secret sigils that some of you already know. Each sigil is an access point to specific types of magic. Some use the Goetia, some use older spirits and god forms. But every frequency has a symbol. Every frequency has a sigil. Sigils are very powerful. That's how we have gotten this vessel as far as she has come, through sigil magic. Amy has a very special gift with that. And we want to share some of the knowledge with you, because in 2022, sigil magic is going to be very big for you. Sigil magic can take the form of an actual artistic symbol of that thing which you desire. You can create sigils for anything, really. You want happiness? Make a sigil. It's not just the making of the sigil. It's the charging of the sigil. The power is in the charge. The charge starts when you connect with the energy you want to manifest. You connect with it deeply in a meaningful way. You feel the emotions of it. You feel the not having it. You feel the lack. You feel the abundance of it. You feel it completely. And then you put your impressions into a sigil. It can be an artistic expression. It can be magical words, magical numbers. For many of you, your writing is a sigil. Most people don't think of writing as being a sigil, like books and things like that. But it's time to expand our awareness of how sigil magic works. So, it appears that Lucifer wants to talk to us about the charging. Sometimes it takes time to charge your sigil. Some people want to create it, charge it, dispel it, all in one day. The most powerful magic, it takes patience. It takes focus. So there are times where you want big movement in your life. So you want to spend some time charging that sigil. How long is really a communication between you and your intuition or the God form, spirit, demon, angel, whatever you're working with. But the most powerful sigil charging happens after 7 days. 7 days. And some people are like, you're going to really work on it? Yes, you are. Every day you put your energy into it, whatever that means to you. A lot of people say, don't burn the sigil. Of course you're going to burn the sigil. Of course. You're talking about the language of fire here. You return it to the ether. You return it to the ether. You return it to spirit. You release the energy so it can manifest. That's how it works. Then you have to allow the manifestation. And that's a whole nother chapter. I'm feeling Lucifer pull back his energy. I'm feeling Lilith come forward. And then I feel I'm being pulled by my heart chakra. And the gateway is open. I see her. Her skin is black. It's like a flat, matte black. And she has a very long tail. And her horns are grand. Her eyes are green. Her hair is black. And she wears the night as her cloak. We're in the realm of fire. It's very warm. It's very illuminating. She is banishing the challenges that have been on your path. She is releasing the blocks from your manifestation. She's burning away that which serves you no longer. May your life ignite with fire. May you feel passion again. May you feel driven towards fulfillment of the truth of who you are. May liberation find you and release you from the false programming of your reality. You are more than you've been told. You must command your life as if you are God consciousness, because it is what you are. May the fire light your way. I'm feeling fire in my heart chakra. There's a healing coming with this flame. The healing will release blocks that you've had in your life. But you must move towards it. You must allow the illuminating flame to light your way. There are people, places, and things that you must surrender. This won't be easy. And for many of you, it will take longer than 2022 to do this work. But many of you will begin the journey. I'm feeling like for some of you, this is someone who's passed on. That's why we landed in the cemetery. This is the voices of ancestors, passed over loved ones, friends, saying it's time for you to move forward. Release me. This could be ghosts of your current past. It can be people that you've parted ways with that still haunt you. You wonder if you could have done something differently. No, because you made the choices you made. Release yourself from the constant worry that you could have done something different. It is what it is, and now it's done. Understand why you made the choices you made, and move forward. It doesn't mean that you'll stop thinking about them, but it does mean that at least you're moving further away from that moment. There's heartbreak here. For some of you, this is like a divorce or a breakup. It could be also a family member or a friend that you're no longer talking to or you need to no longer talk to. This is the awareness that there are some relationships and people that we have to let go of so we can move forward. If you're haunted by your past, if you're haunted by people you once loved, you're staying 1 foot in that cemetery, 1 foot in the grave. Move towards life. You are here to live your life, and no amount of worry, no amount of tears will bring them back. Sometimes we just have to move forward. Many of you will be doing this in 2022. And you might say, well, I don't know how. You will. A pathway will be revealed to you. And you may not want to take that pathway right away. And that's okay. That's all right. Because the universe is opening up doors for you. And those doors are going to stay open until you decide which door you want to take. But it's just important that you move your energy forward. Move towards healing. Move towards wholeness. Forgive yourself. It's done. I'm feeling energy coming from Lilith from her hands. I'm seeing like a golden light coming through. And just feel this light going over your aura and rooting you to the ground. Get present in the now. Take notice of your environment. Take notice of the people who are around you who care about you. They want to help you. It's okay to ask people for help if you need it. That's what people who help are for. So please seek help if you need it. Now I'm feeling wings around me. And this is an energetic kind of, well, it's an energetic goodbye from Lilith. Sealing that golden aura. This is healing energy. This is enlightening energy. It is energy that can be used for your ascension. It's energy you can put into your magic. So we want to take the energy that you may actually be feeling right now in your aura, and we want to pull it in to your belly button. And you're going to store it in the area of your belly button. And when you need it, you can release it. Just imagine it coming out of your belly button into your chakras, or whatever you're going to do with it. You can put it in your magic. You can use it to bless your home or whatever. You can use it to put in objects. It's energy she wants you to have. It's available. It will always exist in this video. So feel the energy surrounding you. It may feel warm. Your crown chakra may be tingling. Your third eye may be pulsing. Just feel the light energy around you and just begin to pull it in towards the area of your belly button. It's like a holographic rainbow energy as it goes into your belly button. And see that there as a golden chakra that pulses with possibility. And I'm pulling out of the mirror. Well, I hope that resonated. If it did or didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'm so glad you joined me today. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I will see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hello, beautiful creatures. If you selected the Mirror Omega or Group 2, the Mirror of Manifestation, this is going to be your session. So we're going to begin this with a Ghostbox session. It's going to go on for about 5 minutes. I'm going to ask who's here. Going to see what they respond. Going to let them come through with any messages they have. If there's anything here of use, I will attach it to Group 2's Oracle of Lilith session. So let's get going. I'll be giving energy to the box to help energies manifest, and we'll see what happens.
Subscribe.
Is there anybody here with us?
Lost.
Is there anybody here with us?
Lost. What's that? What's that? You're.
What is your name?
Free Tuesday. Free Tuesday.
Have any message? Thank you for coming forward. Hello everyone that selected the Mirror Omega, the second group, the Mirror of Manifestation. This is going to be your session. Keep in mind this is a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal sessions. All that information will be down below in my description box. Now, I will tell you that I feel King Asmodeus's energy with this mirror. He really likes this particular mirror, and I believe he has a message that needs to come through for you. Lilith has brought this energy of Asmodeus forward. It's just a lot of intense energy right now, so my throat chakra is trying to open up, and so I'm going to take some deep breaths. once more. Okay. Now, Lilith's energy is here as well. So it is not just Asmodeus, but he is really here on her request. We're going to be talking about the power of lust and how lust can be used to manifest things. We're not just talking about sex magic here. We're talking about using your want and your desire for something and harnessing it to manifest it. It's a completely different kind of way of thinking about lust. And, you know, sex magic, it does work, and that's a whole other ball game. But many of us don't really enjoy our lives the way we should. And we take a lot for granted. We take the air in our lungs for granted. You know, we take the trees outside for granted. And it's just time for us to realize that lust is connected to vitality. And we've been told it's a bad thing, but it's really not. It is that powerful connection with want, the want to create, the want to make something other, the want to have a reflection of self emerge within this dimensional plane. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot of energy coming through. I'm feeling Lilith come forward. I'm seeing a serpent made out of gems, large diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, citrine, and canary diamonds. This serpent seems to have, there's energy with every stone. There's energy with every stone. And the serpent is winding around Lilith. She is in her form of the woman in the tree. Let me explain. Her hands, her arms are the limbs that reach up to the heavens to touch the graciousness of the sun. Her hair, her crown, furthers the limbs. And there's beautiful leaves upon her crown and her arms. There's fruit on this tree. This tree has fruit that is made of energy, symbolized by different gemstones. The sapphire, the citrine. I'm getting pulled to citrine a lot. I'm feeling diamond. There is a deep, this is obsidian, and there is also amethyst. This is a darker amethyst color. And it's illuminating the tree. And this is her fruit. This is her manifestation of her creative spirit. Her body is the main part of the tree. Her feet are rooted into the ground. Her eyes resemble that of alien grays. And her face seems primordial. I'm seeing ancient goddess symbols, forms, statues that are very plain. I believe these are in the area of Crete and Greece. So I'm seeing her form as very, it feels very alien, but it feels very connected to Earth as well. She is the great creatrix of the universe. And I'm feeling around the tree, and there are dimensional planes, layers within this tree. This is a universal tree. I'm feeling energy coming forward from the tree. She wants to open a gateway for you to bring forth your own fruit. It's time for you to bear fruit because harvest is coming. Each piece of her fruit was carefully sculpted. She wanted it. She wanted the fruit to be a certain way. She wanted it to taste and feel a certain way. So she felt the want of it, the need of it, the craving to give birth to it. And how deliciously wonderful it feels when you eat her fruit and you taste it on your tongue and realize that this is a major manifestation from spirit. It's sweet, like manna. If you want something to manifest, you have to want it. You have to want it with everything you have, and not just from that happy place that people like to talk about. You also want to experience the lack of it, the longing for it. You don't want to cling to that, but you want to experience it and acknowledge it. That lack is the reason why you want. It has value. And it's been discarded. Everyone has said, oh, let's manifest from joy. No, let's manifest from reality, because that's what we're trying to change. So if you feel the lack, feel it. Don't do anything unsafe, okay? Take care of yourself. Do a body check, make sure you're okay, make sure you're mentally well. But you want to experience the struggle. You want to know the struggle of not having it. And then go towards the lust of it, the want of it, the need for it, the craving for it to blossom. And you may find when you're in that energy that you feel very creative, you feel very inspired. And it's because you've honored the not having. And it is because you haven't had that thing you seek that your lust is so powerful. If it's love, you can definitely manifest love with lust. Absolutely. If it's an accomplishment, you know the lack of it. Don't repress it. If you need to cry about it, cry about it. That energy, that emotion you put into the lack and the lust for, it will supercharge your manifestations. Now, it doesn't mean that you stay in lack. Let's be clear. It's a tool. Sorrow is a tool. Emotions are a tool, and they can be used to help you get where you need to be. Here's the thing about lack. When you go into that energy and you understand how you feel, you also go underneath the layers of that lack, where it comes from, why you feel this, why do you want this? And many times I'm feeling like a cord release. You release cords is what happens. And a lot of times your relationship with yourself, with that thing you wish to manifest, changes. And a lot of times what you want to manifest changes. But you can only stay in the energy of manifestation for so long. You'll stagnate there. If you're always trying to tell the universe, tell your higher self, pray about it, do magic. If you're always in that element of trying to make something happen, you're not in the element of making it happen. You need to be in the motion of I am doing. It is happening. Not I'm trying to manifest it. No, you've released it. You release it to the universe and allow the universe to bring it to you as you continue to do your actions. Actions is essential. You can hire all the people to cast all the spells in the world, but if you don't do the work, None of that shit matters. People don't like to hear that. They don't like to hear that they actually have to do work. It doesn't matter what someone tells you. I don't care who they are. If you are not given some kind of work to do along with the magic, it's not going to happen. You can sit and think about it until the day you die, but you need to move. It will only be thoughts. And if you really want to change reality, if you really want to change your life, you have to move. And many of you have been stagnant. You have felt stagnant. And it really has to do with things that may not be in your control. But that's all about to change for many of you. So when you've been stagnant for a while, you move towards a point where you start to feel a little bit uncomfortable because the energy is shifting. Because you've released your manifestation. It's probably, it takes about 3 months for stuff to manifest like this, 3 moon cycles. And then you start to kind of see it flow. Now, it can move faster, depending on you, depending on what you do, that kind of thing. Many times we block ourselves. Here comes Asmodeus. Now, I'm seeing him in an interesting form. He does have many faces and many different kinds of body parts, but I always ask him to present as a human man because it's easier. I get distracted with all the symbolism in his form. So I need him to be as, direct about his appearance as possible. So I see him as a man, but I see him more with horns. He's a man. He's a humanoid, okay? And that makes it a lot better. Connecting with his energy is very joyful for me. He can be very funny. And I'm seeing Lilith, her tree, and I'm seeing like her pushing. It's really kind of interesting in this vision that I'm seeing. He's like a little elf. He doesn't like that. Okay, he's like and she's like with her limb, she's kind of pushing him along towards me. So, and then he turns into a great big red demon humanoid with big horns, and he's smoking a cigar. So he's wearing a red like suit with like a black shirt. He's got a lot of gold chains, and they're all got sigils on them. This is really interesting. Okay, and he's like, come on. Okay, so we are going to go into his palace. I've been in this area before a few times, and we'll pass through a gateway that has there is a huge gate around his area, and it's covered in different sigils, and there are 2 dragons that are standing guard. They're his guardians, and we're just going to walk right through that portal, and the dragons know me, so we'll be fine. We're very protected. There's a lot of protective energy around us, and we're on friendly ground. Okay, around his castle area, I see a like a palace. I see a deep what is that called? A moat full of really thick black plasmic energy. This feels like sorrow and despair, and that is the energy. It feels like energy from the abyss. Okay, it feels like the void. And if you were to fall in this water, as you fall deeper into this plasmic energy, you would feel a dissension happen. And you would go into probably some of the darker aspects of your psyche, where there are shadows that probably need to be, dealt with, that kind of thing. Yeah, so we're going to keep going to the major gateway. I'm actually seeing it as a big metal door with like wood, and it's coming down like a big castle bridge. There's a giant sigil on it that is in some kind of energetic language that's very hard to translate. Okay. Now, as we walk into this portal, we're going to see a circle of energy. It's a vortex, and I'm being propelled through the vortex, and we are in a room of stone, a room of black obsidian. Okay, and his throne is cast in wow. Okay, this is interesting. He has a diamond encrusted throne with rubies, but these are energies. Okay, so we have the tears of his enemies, and wow, yeah, the blood from the martyrs. Okay, it's a very intense energy that comes from his throne, and he's sitting there. I'm seeing it. He's kind of morphed into more of like a caveman horn. He loves to change his features, and he has like one eye, big eye in the middle of his head. He's laughing. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. Okay, before you can manifest anything, you have to know yourself. Okay, you have to know who you are. You can't just pick up a candle and write a spell and things happen. You have to know yourself. Only when you know yourself can you truly connect with the magic of being human. It's really important to know that your sorrow, your pain, all has value. And you can glean the wisdom from it, right? You can also use that energy to help you manifest. When you understand how powerful, and many of you do, to not have. If you have a situation where you were traumatized, it's almost like you were born with that sense of lack. It's important to understand where that comes from. It is through lack that we build our lust. What we don't have, we lust for. What once we didn't have, but we have now, we want more. And we've been told that greed and lust are bad things. But greed, the love of what you want, it's love, man. It's love. That's a positive thing, okay? Even if it's a love for money or it's a love for whatever. As long as it's in balance, as long as you don't go apeshit, you're fine. It's okay to love money. Money is how you get things in the world. Well, you have all been taught to not love money. It makes you greedy. It makes you shallow. No, shallowness and the wanting others to have lack so you can have more, that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other thing. You have to be on good terms with money to let it come towards you. Okay, if you have hang-ups from when you were a child about lack, it's going to be hard to get into the energy of money. So how do you do that? Well, you have to learn how to spend money and save money wisely. If you hoard everything, you can't create any more money. If you spend everything, you can't create any money. You have to balance your focus on how you look at money. And that could be opportunities as well. You might think that you're not good enough to get a certain opportunity. You have to level up how you see yourself. You have to step into the power of who you are. That's why knowing who you are is so important. And people who live their lifetimes in denial of who they are can never truly embrace their powerful self and see what they can manifest in this reality. So you have to own yourself. You have to own your pain and your joy. Not repress, but not linger either. True balance helps us manifest. And wanting to have things, wanting to have a better life, wanting to have better experiences in the world because you have things doesn't make you a bad person. And money is a tool. It is a powerful, energetic tool. But honestly, it's one of the more easy things to manifest if you don't have a childhood or many past lives where you have experienced lack. That lack is deep and it creates this hollow vortex. But you can take that energy and transmute it as you begin to understand why you live your life in a sense of lack. It may be that you keep yourself from enjoying things. You keep yourself from buying the shoes you want because they cost more than 2 pairs of shoes. So I'll just get one. I'll just get 2 pair, and that'll be the more economical thing to do. Sometimes it's okay to buy the things your heart wants. It helps feed the lust for better. It helps feed the lust for greater. You can use lust in your career. People use it all the time. They just don't talk about it. I want it. It's my drive. It helps me drive towards that which I want. It doesn't keep me at bay. It encourages me. It makes me strive to be more. It makes me strive to be more excellent in my life. If you work out and you want to lift more weight, you lust for that. You want that. A lot of people don't connect to the things they want because they've been told that it's a bad thing to want things. And that's why a lot of people have been shackled into places where they're stagnant. They don't have the things they need. They don't know how to make the things they need. And a lot of times when we're working through trauma and abuse, we'll find it's as if our luck begins to shift. And usually that comes after a lot of really tough shit, okay? Really intense stuff. And it's usually messy, it's usually painful, and it's usually absolute. And I'm feeling for you guys, there is an energy of releasing you from the challenges that you have. Lilith coming through, really wanting to open up a gateway of manifestation. But for you guys, it feels complex. It feels like there are a lot of different aspects going on. We have the blockages from childhood. We have some of you who are always... it's like you are denying yourself things because on some level you kind of want to keep yourself in this state of lack because it's all you know, and you don't know how to be in an energy where you have the things you need, you're taken care of, and you can move towards other goals. So first you have to work on why you don't think you deserve things, why you think it's bad, why people have told us it's bad. It is not bad to want to have a house. It's not bad to want to have your own business. Those are not bad things. Those are good things. But really, we lust for them. We're driven for them. We want to achieve, and many of us are willing to work as hard as necessary, to get to the next step. And the truth is, within that balance that you strike, you'll find the flow. There's a flow to manifestation, and it has to do with your own internal clock, your own internal timing. And that's, again, why knowing yourself is so vital to manifesting. You have to know what you're capable of. You have to know when to push and when to, pull back. And as you do that kind of stuff, as you begin to take better care of yourself and not pushing yourself so hard, you'll find a lot of clarity comes. And you'll understand how you need to move. Spirit will begin to talk to you. When you begin to honor yourself, that's when your guide, Spirit, Lilith, whomever, wants to come forward and talk to you. That's when you'll start to really feel it. You'll feel their presence because you're getting in balance. And you're getting to a place where you can feel your intuition. But first you have to honor yourself. It all goes back to self. Honoring who you are, understanding that, we're not victims, we're survivors, we're thrivers. And I know that's an easy thing to say. I've been told that my whole life. We're survivors. Oh, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about bad things. No, we do. We need to talk about bad things. We need to talk about all the stuff we've been through. Because working through it and using that energy of using it as self-discovery really helps us begin to honor all we've been through and see how strong we are, that we are still here. And that can be a foundation of starting to really honor yourself. And you begin to do things like get more sleep, drink more water, eat better or whatever, whatever you're called to do. Sleep more, read more, check out this school, check out that thing you want to do. And you'll find as you begin to love yourself as you begin to honor who you are, that includes your lust. Okay, I'm not saying to go do anything or cheat on anybody or anything like that. I'm talking about honoring the lust of the things that you really want. And it's okay for you to take a little bit of money and spend it on yourself. And, you know, if let's say you want a $50 lipstick and you have 50 bucks, and you could either buy that beautiful lipstick or you could sock it away. But you already have some saved, right? Buy the lipstick if you can, okay? Experience it, put it on. What does it feel like? Those kind of small actions of giving yourself a little bit of luxury or things you want really give you a taste for lust, a taste for what you want. A lot of times when we've lived in lack, we don't even know what we want. We don't even know what's available, you know, and giving yourself these little treats and really indulging in your lust and fulfilling it helps you ignite bigger and more powerful waves of lust towards those things you want. Now, of course, you can use your lust and use that for sex magic. And like I said, that's a whole nother video. But harnessing your lust for whatever it is, a cheesecake, I guess, whatever you lust for, is very powerful and it's very potent, because what happens when we are lustful for something, an experience or someone, we can really narrow our focus. So you have yourself at this place where you're honoring yourself, you're healing yourself, you're seeing what a hero you are, and you're indulging some of the things that you want. And you find that your appetite for feeling good, your appetite for the things you want increases, and so does your drive. And it's as if you get on the highway, you know what I mean? Like you've been on the side road trying to get on, it's stop and start, and all of a sudden it just opens up and you can floor it. That's kind of what we're talking about here. Okay, I'm seeing Lilith come forward. She is in a serpent form. She's half woman, half serpent. She has huge wings and many arms. And out of her third eye, I'm feeling her energy come forward. Okay, and the eye is green, the energy is green. I'm feeling a vortex of green energy encircling me, meaning encircling you as well. It's very activating. It's very healing. It's a bit cool. It's not as hot as some of the other energy I felt. It's like a gentle nudge towards the things that are going to help you manifest. You can use this energy at any time to help you manifest. It's a gift from Lilith. And you can store this in your belly button. We did this with group 1. They had some energy as well. So we're going to visualize this green energy with it's got golden flakes in it. These flakes are geometric structures of creation. I'm seeing the flower of life. I'm seeing pi as well. We feel this energy on the outside of our auras. And we can visualize it pulling in to a emerald chakra within our belly button area, and just pull the energy in, and you're going to latch it like a box. And when you need this energy, you can pull it out of that box. It will flow through your hands, and you can use this to charge sigils or candles or any kind of magic. You can use it if you need calming energy or healing energy. This energy will be in this video, so you can come back to it at any time. So yeah, so I'm feeling the energy pull back. I'm feeling wings wrap around me. That's how many times Lilith and the other spirits say goodbye. Asmodeus is saying, hey, see you later. Bye. And I'm feeling their energy pull back. He always makes me laugh. I feel the energy pull back, and I'm feeling the portal close. So this is what I got for you. This is what I received through the Omega portal. the mirror of manifestation. I hope this resonated. If it did or didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hello, everyone that picked group 3, the entry mirror, which means in between in Latin. I'm sure I butchered that, but this is Lilith's mirror. This is the mirror that I created between the 2 full moons. I believe it was 2020. All time is kind of merging together for me. So what I've been instructed to do is to turn on my ghost box and see what comes forward. We're going to do this for about 5 minutes. If anything of note comes forward, I'll cut it down and attach it to group 3. So with that said, let's turn on the ghost box. I will be feeding energy to the ghost box. I'm going to try to turn it down. It's been pretty loud. And sometimes the spirits, they get a lot of energy and they come through a bit louder, and it's a lot. Where is that at? Okay, I think I found it.
Ghostbox. Scanning. SN.
Use my energy to come through the box. Use my energy to come through the box. Use my energy to come through the box. Mother, are you here? Is there anything you want to say before we turn this off? Thank you for coming through.
First off,
Hello, all you beautiful children of the abyss. Those of you that selected my mirror, commonly called the Medusa mirror. She's a guardian of this very sacred portal. And this is going to be your session. Now keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We do offer personal sessions. People who come to me for these sessions are directed by Lilith. It is a sacred exchange. So yeah, with that said, I'm going to just kind of relax into the energy and allow Lilith to come through more. She's already broken through, but we're going to open up our energetic vortex and allow her to come through hopefully more clearly for you guys. Okay, so you can gaze into the mirror if you like. This is how I wanted the candles to form a certain level of portal that will come through the mirror. I'm feeling the energetic plasmic energy. It's very black and thick, and it's coming through. It's popping and swirling with blue and violet and pink light, and it's going to pull back through the portal, through the mirror, and it's going to pop open. Okay, just take a deep breath. This energy is so yummy. What have you guys been doing? Have you guys been working on yourself? I feel it. I can feel it. It's so strong. It's beautiful. Whatever you're doing, darling, keep doing it because you are so on. It's not even funny. Yeah, so as this portal opens, I'm seeing a very unique pathway opening. I usually see trees on each side, but this pathway, it's dirt. Don't get me wrong, it's still a dirt pathway. So there's going to be, some hard work upon this journey. However, I'm seeing flowers on the side of this pathway. They're dark black roses and other different flora, but it all has the energy of obsidian flowers. It's beautiful. They illuminate this holographic energy that is just so enticing that it encourages you to keep going along the pathway. Now, many of you may not realize, but 2022 is all about the ascension of the Dark Goddess. Okay, we're not just talking the goddess. We're being specific here. The Dark Goddess, the one that makes many people uncomfortable. Yeah, but that's okay. That's how humans grow. They get into that uncomfortable energy. They don't like it. They get irritated. And beneath all that irritation is a new energy that's manifesting. And it's really about people walking into their power. You can't hide from your shadow. You can't hide from your truth. Eventually, in some lifetime, it's going to catch up with you. Okay? And you can own it and use it for powerful movement and action, or you can run from it and live in denial of yourself and be fucking miserable. But some people like to fit in. They like to be part of the herd. They like to follow wherever they're told to go, however they're told to, well, I'm going to leave politics out of this, but people just follow. They say, lead me. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I'm so disempowered. They're so afraid of their own power. They just listen blindly. It is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. Humanity wants to be led. Well, so be it then. Allow her to rise. Because within humanity, a voice of liberation will emerge. It will guide people to embrace the truth of who they are. All those things they hold sacred in their heart that the world program tries to rid us of. That childlike wonder, that drive to accomplish, that hope that we can be anything. Remember when you were a child? Remember those moments? Even if you've had trauma, you had moments where for just a moment you felt like maybe there was something more. Some of you guys were born knowing that this whole earth thing is a fucking game, you guys. It's literally a game. I'm sorry, it's funny. It's really funny because when you figure out we're literally in a game, then it all makes sense. And every game, every simulation, every kind of matrix can be hacked. So in this game, they've told you that you don't matter, that the universe is full of all this life and you're just another speck in the universe and you don't matter. What matters is that you stay calm and you don't cause problems and you do exactly as we fucking tell you to do. It doesn't matter if it kills your spirit. It doesn't matter if it makes you sick. It doesn't matter if it makes you so miserable you don't even want to be in existence anymore. Because it serves their purpose. There are people, and you know who you are, who feed off of humankind's misery. They love it when you follow. They take. They're energetic vampires. They think they've mastered the illusion. And I've got news for them. No, they have not mastered the illusion. They can't seem to keep me from manifesting. No matter what happens, I've been killed, mutilated, tortured. I've been brainwashed by massive military powers. That's another story. They use your energy. They use your pain and sorrow to color the world with anomalies of control. That really doesn't sound like a very fair game, now does it? So, in order to overcome this rigged game, you have to wake the fuck up. Not tomorrow, not in 10 days, not when you're ready, not when no one will notice, but now. You need to wake the fuck up. Because many of you are being used. And your energy is keeping you where you are. It's time. Do you know that it is more, quote unquote, normal for you to be different than for you to be like every other fucking person? You are unique. Ultimately, we're all energy. It doesn't matter whether you're a God form or you're human or whatever your existence is that you're feeling at this moment. We're all energy. And energy in this dimension is positive and negative. And together they form this wonderful, beautiful, kind of neutral yet active thing. For lack of a better word, we're going to say thing. There are limitations of every vessel. Just remember that. Remember that. So, as the Dark Mother, as the Dark Goddess awakens, there may be some very unusual happenings because so many really bad, nasty things have been hidden from you beautiful, magical children of the abyss. Yeah, and it's time for us to talk about those hidden things. I feel a lot of your ancestors coming forward. They're cheering, yay! Let's flip the game. It's been unfair this long. So let's rig it for us, for the people. That means you have to stop surrendering your will to others and let them make those decisions for you. You have to start deciding things that are in your best fucking interest, okay? I know, we've all been taught that it's bad to do things that are in our self-interest. Listen, every time you give a can of corn away, you do it for self-interest. It makes you feel good. Just own that shit. It makes you feel good. There's nothing wrong with feeling good. That's part of being human, is you're supposed to feel good. It makes me so angry that this is the programming that this particular matrix is running, this disempowerment thing. It's just kind of revolting. And it will be amazing when you begin to experience your own power, your own truth. The ability to make decisions from your highest source that's in your best interest. Get ready, because it's going to piss some people off. It always does. That's the way it is, because you go against your programming. That you've been told that you're not worth making these tough decisions, and let's just do what everybody else wants us to do so no one gets upset. Well, that's bullshit. That's not a real life. You're not really living your life. You're not really interacting with your surroundings. You're not really owning shit. You're just a mindless sheep doing whatever the fuck they tell you to do. It's time for some tough love. You guys need to wake the fuck up, okay? Your life is happening right now. And there are people right now siphoning your energy to use to keep you exactly where you are. Yeah. Be good to yourself. That's not a sin. It's a good thing. Love yourself. Love your vessel. Accept who the fuck you are. And fuck anyone who doesn't like it. Tell them they can come see Auntie Amy and she'll take care of them. You're allowed to be exactly who you are. And if it upsets people, oh well. It's not their fucking life. It's yours. It's your life. Live it in the fullness and expression of who you are. It's beautiful when people are who they are. They don't understand. Humans don't understand. When you stand in the reality of your frequency, no matter how weird you might think it is, there is a radiance that comes from the inside, from your DNA, from the other side of your DNA. That's a whole nother video. And it comes out into your aura as a soul expression. You start expressing your true higher self, your soul expression through your vessel. And you begin to really unite with people who are of your frequency. You might not have the exact same note, but you guys could play in the same band, okay? But when you deny this, when you live that cookie cutter life, doing what everybody else is doing so that you fit in and you don't ruffle feathers, you dull your vitality. You dull your desire and you dull your abilities. And that's the process of waking up. You know, you got to get up and get at it. It's never too late to live your truth. It's never too late to be who you were born to be. Do not allow the bullshit from your childhood or some chicken shit stuff some kid said to you or some adult said to you keep you from living the fullness of yourself. You know, if you give into that shit, you win. They win. Sorry, they win. You know how you win? You let the fuck go. You do it anyway. I'm not saying that you still don't hear that shit, those tapes running in your head. You still hear it, but you do it anyway. You move towards self-love. You move towards owning yourself. There's so many people who are disempowered. They want to do things by the book. You know, the only book that matters is your internal book. Okay, that should be your spiritual focus. What do you feel driven to do? If you want to get into a new spiritual paradigm, do it. If you feel that there are some rules that matter to you, always keep them, you know? Do what feels right. If being a Catholic feels right to you, then go fucking be a Catholic. Live your truth. But if you're doing it because you've been forced to believe a certain way or because you fear going to hell or some kind of horse shit like that, that is not a reason to believe in something. It's also not a reason to work a job. If you hate your job, it is time for you to find something you like to do. I know we all got to work shitty jobs sometimes to put food on the table, but don't lose your dream. Always keep doing something to accomplish that thing you want. You know, it's hard. Yeah, I know it's hard. I've done it. It's hard. Sometimes you got to keep working this job, and on the side, got to keep your side hustle. Some of you guys are about to make a transition where your side hustle or this thing you want to do, this artistic thing, whatever this is going to become your focus. And you're going to put your job that you don't like in the proper category of a chore I must do every day. But that is not where my future is. My future is this other thing. Allow the Dark Goddess to rise within you. And, you know, she pisses people off. She really does. Because, you know, Lilith, that story, that Hebrew story about Lilith. But, you know, here's the thing. In a lot of ways, it's good because it talks about liberation. It talks about her saying, and that's energy, not gender, you guys, her saying, no, I'm not going to do something that you tell me to do just because you tell me to do it. I don't give a fuck who you are. I have my own will. I have my own voice. And I'm going to do what I feel guided to do. And if you don't like it, too bad. It's not your life. It's mine. Sometimes you have to let go and realize that there are people in your life who love you, who will never understand why you do the things you do. And we have to surrender the need to explain it to them. Either they love us as we are. We don't have to understand everything. We don't have to agree on everything. In fact, if you have people in your life who only agree with everything you say, they probably aren't your people, okay? Because real connection is about being real. And sometimes we disappoint people, and sometimes we upset people, but that's real. That's the Dark Goddess. The Dark Goddess is real. She deals in life and death, sex and pain. She transmutes really painful shit that nobody wants to talk about into beautiful possibilities. That is her strength. She takes the world's shame. She takes those painful things that make us cower and are fearful. And she tells you, no, that is not your greatest weakness. That is your greatest strength. Look how strong you are. You have survived this horse shit that life gave you. Sometimes humanity is just so brutal to each other. The things we do to our children, the things we do to each other. A lot of that is because we as a race, I don't even like that term. We are a people of planet Earth. We need to get real about those things. Shadow, those things that make you uncomfortable, that is a source of a lot of strength. And you know, if you have some scars from some shit that happened to you, you are a warrior. And instead of warring against yourself, start being the warrior that's on your side, that's rooting for you, that gives you a chance. Because you deserve it. You deserve a chance. Shame is a powerful tool of repressive energy. It keeps people small. It keeps them from rising. Religion has done a great job with shame. They really have. There is, so much you can't do in certain religions, and it just is so restrictive. It makes you really deny your vitality, deny your lust, deny joy, deny peace, because you're always worried that you're going to go to hell or there's some kind of, damnation waiting for you. And a lot of people who are psychic, who are highly gifted, turn off their gifts because they offend. And that is so sad. So many of you are highly gifted. And you just got to own that shit. Own your pain, own your joy, own who you are. And express it in how you look and how you are every day. Start expressing yourself truly. And the people that don't like it, fuck them. They're not your people. Go away, bye-bye. See you later. The people that are for you, the opportunities that are for you will not be missed. In fact, you're probably going to open up a whole lot more pathways, like we talked about when I first started this, will be opening for you. Because you're empowered. You're taking ownership of your life. Taking ownership means you move. You don't let someone tell you what to do. You start thinking like a boss. You start thinking like a goddess or god in your own life. And you start thinking, how would I move? How should I move? Start asking those questions like, should I follow that curiosity? Probably. Following your curiosity is one of the best ways to get on your path to ascension and truth. What I mean by your curiosity is I'm not talking about like deviant behavior that is illegal and things like that. I'm talking about like if you're curious about, Santeria. Let's say you're curious about it and you've been told, oh, that's the devil's stuff and blah, blah, blah. You're actually denying yourself a pathway to know yourself more. And one of the stacks talked about, I think it was group 2, the Mirror 2, talked about manifestation and how it is important and vital for you to know yourself. You have to know who you are to manifest. You have to know who you are to rise above things. And the thing is that we learn all that stuff, especially through trauma, but it's like stored in different places in our brain and in our body because it's so painful. Getting to that wisdom is so painful. What the Dark Goddess does is it's almost like She kind of nurses you through the process. She doesn't do it for you, but she never leaves you. And she often will say, you need to go to the doctor, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. A lot of times there'll be a lot of like her checking your body and telling you, hey, you need to eat more. Hey, you need to stop, fucking caring what people think about your body. You need to stop caring. This is who you are. Own who you are. This is a holy vessel that you're in. Stop hating yourself. I don't care what they told you. Do you want to be a cookie cutter? No. Fuck no. Because it doesn't exist. We are not cookie cutter people. We're talking about human beings who wear body masks for 80 years and die. They never experience being truly who they are because they're so busy conforming and following the herd. And the biggest, most powerful move you can make this year is to listen to yourself, honor who you are, honor what you're driven to do, honor your curiosities, and stop being ashamed of yourself. You have nothing to be ashamed of. And I know that's easier said than done. But if you really reflect on the shame that you might feel, you'll see for a lot of you, it's not authentically yours. Shame is something that is pushed upon you. It becomes an expectation that you should feel ashamed. And stop worrying about fulfilling expectations. It's your life. It's a gift. This experience, no matter whether it's a game or it's a simulation or it's real or whatever, it's a gift. So treasure it. I'm feeling her energy pull back. Wow. What was that about? Okay. Thank you guys for joining me for this message from Lilith. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe, and I will see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hello, Group 1. All of you that select the As Above skull, this is going to be your reading. Okay, so first I'm going to get some numbers for you guys. So just keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private readings and sessions. All that information will be down in my description box below. So with that said, let's get into the numbers. Let's find out what numbers of alignment you may be finding yourself encountering in 2022. So this reading is all about messages from Lilith about 2022 for you. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this reading, but that's the information I'm getting for you guys in the tarot reading. All right. Numbers of alignment for Group 1, luck, magic numbers. Okay. Ooh. Wow. Okay. We have a powerful roll of 5 4s and 1 2. Okay. So 4s, repeating 4s, sequences of 4 are going to be very important to you. They're going to be signs of alignment. They're going to be signs that the spirit is talking to you. You're being guided. They can also be signs that these numbers can be signs that you're on the right path, that you're building a good foundation, that you're making good connections. So these are really powerful numbers for you guys, Group 1. So keep your eye out for these numbers. It means you're getting in alignment with your higher purpose, your higher self, your vision for your life, however you you know, whatever label you want to put on it. So with that said, I'm going to get some cards about what is the overall theme for 2022 for you as above. What's going on with as above? I'm seeing you guys within the collective, and I'm seeing a blue, like an electric blue energy. And the energy surrounding it, it's almost like the blue is within a bubble of pink and golden energy. And I'm feeling like golden energy for me is blessing. It's abundance a lot of times. Sometimes green is abundance as well. But when you get the golden energy, that's like a master level of flow, okay? Of manifesting flow. So you're going to have a lot of energy come towards you in 2022 that's going to help you manifest things. Now, it's up to you whether you use it or not. Now, the pink energy I'm feeling is coming from your heart chakra. I feel like there's a lot of healing coming for you, as well as in your romantic section. You might check out my 2022 love predictions, and I think I have one that's 18 plus as well. So you might check those out. Let's see what else we have going on here for you guys. I'm going to get 2 more cards about the general energy, what you're going to be dealing with. You know what? I'm feeling guided to get a dark mirror, so I'm going to do that too. Let me get a dark mirror for you guys. Okay. That one. Ooh, I got 2. Okay, let's just get into it and see what we are dealing with here. We have communication 14. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. So I feel like your heart chakra is definitely going to be healing in 2022. And this may have to do with someone coming in for you. This could be new love, or this could be the person you're with, but it's going to a deeper level. Perhaps your connection will get more etheric, more spiritual. There will be more than just like a surface attraction. There's nothing wrong with a surface attraction, and we don't judge on this channel. But it feels like it's going deeper to a real soul connection. All right, what else we have here? We have Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. What I want you to see in this particular card is the movement of the wind around her, okay? I'm feeling this is the winds of change moving in for you. And those 4 4s, we got 5 4s. 5s are change. So I'm feeling like powerful manifesting change is going to happen for you. And it's really going to help you heal your throat chakra. I feel like there are things for you to say. I'm literally feeling this is your throat chakra opening up. Like you can see the little dot in the middle and all this energy around. And I feel like you're going to be saying, I'm getting a really high pitched frequency. I think you're going to start really saying a lot of truths that people need to hear. I feel like you are going to, I think this change may make you nervous, but I feel like you're going to be in such a place that you're ready for change. You may be ready right now for change. And a lot of this change is going to be triggered by you becoming more expressive. I feel like group 1, as above, it's time for you to, I'm literally feeling like your energy like falling into matter. It's really time for you to begin to engage your environment in powerful ways and say the things that you need to say to people, okay? Honor your truth. You may have to make some powerful choices in 2022. That's what I'm feeling like. You're going to have to make the powerful choice to stand in your own truth. And you know what? Screw anybody who doesn't like it. Literally. You know, it's your life. You came here to live and embrace your life and to experience all sorts of things. And how dare anyone judge you for the choices you make? We all make mistakes. We're all flawed. We're all deeply human, okay? That's part of the human experience. So I feel like there's just a lot of, we have manifestation here. I didn't even look at it. There's just a lot of powerful energy around you. You can use your voice to help you manifest. I feel like for you, speaking it into existence, you might script it. With your spell work, it's really important that the words you say, I feel like you're really going to be connecting hang on a minute. You're going to be connecting to your throat chakra in such a powerful way. You may feel like I feel like my throat chakra is not open enough for me to express everything I want to express right now. So I feel like there's just a major flood of information going to come forward for you. You may be heavily inspired to be very creative. You may feel inspired to connect with new people. I feel this expansive energy. You may have some Sagittarius in your chart, or there may be some really powerful stuff happening in your Jupiter placement in the next year, so you might look into that. And I'm feeling like the winds of change here. This is a welcome change, scary change as well. So let's look at the dark mirror. Let's look at what we got. We got addicted, and we have atonement. Okay, I feel like you guys are locked into some kind of cycle of shame here. This is exactly what this feels like. Like you've been made to feel ashamed of who you are, or what you like, or who you're attracted to, or whatever your true frequency is, however you really want to express yourself. Maybe you don't feel like you're good enough, or you're talented enough. Maybe you feel like other people will judge you. Well, I'm here to tell you, honey, they're going to judge you. Okay, they're going to judge you. They're going to judge you whether you are truly yourself, or you put on a mask and pretend to be somebody else. So you might as well be judged for who you really are. Okay, there is this false expectation and image of what people expect people to look like, especially feminine energies. There's this highly, systematic protocol for cookie cuttering the feminine image. And I'm using this as an example, okay? You don't have to be feminine to understand this. I think everybody understands what's been going on with that. The need to control it, the need to not accept how we really are, the reality of being who we are, the bumps and the wrinkles and the flaws, okay? The flaws are part of what makes us beautiful. If we did not have flaws, we become plastic people. The flaws, the age, the belly rolls, from having good meals or having that beautiful baby or whatever it is. Those are part of the beauty of who you are. Okay, every scar on your body has value. You have nothing to be ashamed of. And anyone who tells you different, you tell them to come visit Annie Amy. Okay, I'll set them straight. All right, I don't have a problem with that. So I feel like you guys just have a lot of maybe I feel like I'm feeling a lot of like really harsh words said to me, and this isn't me particularly. I'm feeling you symbolically. Just a lot of harsh words, a lot of shame about bodies, shame about not being good enough, not being smart enough, not being strong enough, to be the basketball dude or the basketball person, expectations. And a lot of these expectations feel like they come from parental figures. And I'm not going to, hey, I'm a parent, so I'm not going to throw anybody's parents under the bus. What I'm going to say is that your parents, no matter what generation we're talking about, are children of their generation. And all generations have challenges. And like if your parents are from the X generation, I could speak about that because I'm kind of an X generation. I was born in 1971. I am 50 years old. Hello, how are you? And that was a tough generation, I don't think I knew too many people, too many feminine energies that didn't have some kind of disordered eating going on. There was a idea of perfection that was unattainable for 100% of people. Okay, because if you attained it, it was temporary. If you attained it, you were starving. If you attained it, you were addicted to something. That's the only way you could stay that way. And there was a rejection of anything that really made you less than perfect. And as young people, doesn't matter what gender, as young people growing up, that is a really heavy psychic impression. Okay, the X generation, we didn't have access to mental health, and we didn't talk about it. There was a lot of shame about that kind of stuff that we don't talk about, so we weren't able to walk into a doctor's office and say, hey, I feel blah, 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 like we are today. So a lot of that was hidden, and there we got our generation, my generation, full of a lot of, addictive behaviors. Okay, we didn't talk about abuse the way we do today. So your parents grew up in a different world. So a lot of times we attach the shame to our children unknowingly. We do it because we were shamed. We do it because we don't want our children to be on the outside. We want our children to be accepted. And the truth is that is a generational curse being passed on. I feel like that's probably why this is coming to a head for you in 2022, because I feel like the universe wants you to get free of this shame, this guilt, okay? This deeply rooted, and it could be rooted in trauma. And, you know, that's hard to let go of. You know, it's hard to walk away from when our pain and our judgment and our shame is so deep. Sometimes we have to go into it. We have to explore it, and we have to feel it. And many of you may have already started this process in 2021. But I want you to know in 2022, it does get better, okay? It may not feel like it, but shame can block your throat chakra. It can block you from being able to communicate. It can block you from manifesting, because you can come into a place of feeling strong, but at the root, if you still are ashamed of who you are or things you do or whatever, or your past, that is a block within your heart chakra. And you can't truly manifest unless your heart chakra is aligned with what you're manifesting. And if you're still kind of hating on yourself, you're not really aligning with your manifestation. Now, I'm not saying you have to be happy and love yourself all the time. Okay, but there's a difference between a bad day and thinking you're a bad person. Okay, there's a healing that happens between those things. And that awareness of that, you know, I'm not a bad person, I'm having a bad day. That really does help unblock your system, because it's a complete shift in your awareness. It's a complete shift of how you see yourself. It's a new way of explaining your day or your state of being, instead of judging yourself so harshly and saying, you know, I'm a bad person, that's why this is going on. No, I'm having a bad day. My energy's off. We all have it. We're human. We're flawed. We're vulnerable. You know, that's the beauty of being human. So, you know, stop judging yourself so harshly. All right. So let's get into some other cards. Let's do some money. Let's talk about money. Okay. All right. I like to use the Nightmare Before Christmas as the money deck. It has a lot of money energy in it. So we're going to find out. I'm going to get 5 cards for as above. Okay. I'll show them to you in a minute. Ooh, okay. We have a death. We have death in your money sector. Okay. I'm not reading reversals. I don't need to. All right. Okay. So, oops. So we have death. Okay, guys. We have the 3 of Potions. Let's see. We have the Knight of Needles, but honestly, this reads the devil to me all the time. Every time I pull it, I feel like this particular deck has like 2 devils in it. So they're different, though. They're different, right? Then we have the Hanged Man. Poor Santa. Yeah, he's just going to hang there until somebody pushes him or he drops. Okay, we have the 4 of Candles. Beautiful energy and money, okay? And I feel like, first of all, I feel like the death card, don't freak out, okay? Don't freak out about the death card in money. You know, it means that you're transforming your money. You're transforming how you spend your money, how you think about money. I really feel like this is how you think about money. When you start to honor money for what it is, understand how it flows, and understand that if you hoard it and you never spend it, it's very hard to get more. But if you spend all of it and you don't appreciate it, then it's very hard to get more. There's a balance in between those 2 extremes. And I feel like for this group, balance keeps coming forward to me. Like there needs to be a balance here. Learning the joy of and happiness of money with the 3 of Potions, transforming how we think about it. I'm feeling with the Knight of Needles, maybe getting control of some impulsive spending. The Hanged Man, I'm feeling just taking a new view of money in general, and enjoying your money with the Four of Candles, the Four of Wands. You can enjoy your money without spending all of it, and you can enjoy your money without hoarding all of it, okay? And I feel like for you, those numbers, the 444, I feel like you're going to get hits on how to invest your money. Invest it in yourself, okay? And a lot of your reassurances are going to come from that 444. When you spend money, sometimes you'll get that number, and you may start thinking about, what do you mean invest in myself? Well, what does that mean to you? What is invest in yourself? That doesn't mean spend all your money on yourself. It means invest in yourself. What do you need? Okay? What do you need? What do you want? What do you desire? What do you want to manifest? This particular group has a lot of manifesting energy, and I feel like they're wanting you to use your voice wisely, because you really have the ability to manifest a lot of the things that you want, a lot of the connections. It may not happen as quick as you want, but the Knight of Needles, which is the Knight of Swords, is always an aggressive knight. And I feel like this change is going to come in aggressively, okay? And I feel like you may be uncomfortable with the Hangman. Now, this could be that it's time to walk away from a job, okay? It may be that you're offered a different position at your job. It could be that you decide to start your side hustle, or you quit your job to start a new business. But there's something you're letting go of in career. And it may be just a thought that you're not successful. You may tell yourself that you're a failure. That can be a major block in money and career. Of course, if you're telling yourself you're a failure, a lot of times you fulfill your own prophecy. So you have to stop harping on the past and let it go, okay? Now, I'm sorry if harping offends people, but you know what I'm saying. Like, people keep poking themselves with a fork into their wounds and saying, oh, this hurts. Oh, this hurts. Well, yeah, it hurts. Don't do it anymore. Don't reopen wounds you don't need to open. Allow them to heal and move forward. That means learn the lesson of what happened and allow that to move forward for you, okay? I feel a lot of good energy and money, but I do feel like there's something you need to look at differently with the Hangman here. And it may be that someone in your work, for some of you who work in an office, I'm getting like you have an aggressive Knight of Swords around you energy. Okay, I think you may have a boss who's hovering or really watching your work. And I think it's time for you to start thinking about maybe a different job, or if you've been thinking about a different job, it may be time to do that. Okay. All right. So let's get into a little bit of love for you guys. But I do have a couple of love readings for 2022 as well. So you guys should take a look at those. But let's get into, you know what? We're going to do Disney villains. And, no. We're going to do this one. Okay. We're going to do the Zombie Tarot. I love that one. It has a lot of really great details. And I'm going to pull from the Romance Angels and the Lovers Oracle. Let's talk about love for group 1. Okay. We have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I think you're going to have a lot to be happy about in the love department. I'm just getting, some of you guys are going to get lucky on often. Okay. All right. That's just a little side message for you guys who are wondering if you're going to be able to hook up. You can hook up if you want. If you want to. If you're in a relationship where you can do that, or you're single, however this resonates. There's just going to be a lot of sexual energy flowing for group as above, okay? A surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out, okay? For some of you guys, you need to surrender an ex. For others, you guys are blocking your connection with your person because you're holding back. You're holding back something. I can feel it. With the surrender, I feel like you guys are just like, you're like, I'm not going to... Not this time. I'm not going to give all my heart away. And you know what? Sometimes you shouldn't, right? But I feel like you guys may be a little scared. If you're with somebody, they may really know you like the back of their hand, and it may terrify you. If you're single, the idea of allowing someone else to come forward may just be, we have death again. Allowing someone else to come forward just terrifies you. You don't want to deal with it. 9 of Swords. Yeah, Six of Hazards. We have the Nine of Cups. 9-9 is going to be a number of alignment for you. And we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, you guys. All right, so let's look at death. You got death again. Are you guys a bunch of Scorpios? Do you have Scorpio in your chart? Because we have the Pluto card here, which is the planet of sex and death. And I feel like there's just a heavy amount of sexual energy for this group. I didn't really count on this, you guys. This is kind of a nice surprise. But anyway, then we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm picking up on this card here. It's so interesting, some of the things that come through. He's mowing. The zombie is going to mow. Okay. And the doctor dude, the zombie dude over there is baiting the zombie, or the zombie doctor guy is baiting the zombie. And I feel like, I feel a couple of things here. I feel like you're not going to have to spend as much time alone. Okay. Because I feel like there's someone coming if you're alone. All right. If you're not alone and you're with somebody, I think you and your person are going to have more sexual communion. Okay. There's a lot of love here. I do feel Seven of Cups, this overwhelming energy of, it's just, there's an element here that's being held back by you guys. And it feels like for some of you, it could be like a kink. For others, we're going to keep this PG-13, you guys. You guys need to do my 18 plus reading, okay? The Seven of Cups here, I just feel like there's just so much passion. You guys, you may be with somebody, but you don't live together, or you're apart or something, and it's almost like you can't take it anymore. I feel like a lot of you are figuring your relationship out. If you're dating, I think you think about your person a lot. And if you're single, I feel like you just are like, this is never going to happen for me. You know what? I'm going to be happy being alone. And I feel like as soon as you do that, someone's coming. Someone's coming in, okay? As soon as you kind of let go of your expectations of really ever finding anybody, and not in a bitter way, but in like a, it's whatever. I'm happy being me, and, I don't necessarily need anybody. That's exactly when they come right in, okay? So don't ever give up hope. And it's hard. I feel like you're an independent group here, and so it's really hard for you to say, hey, I think I need somebody. I want somebody in my life, okay? Universe, you win. That's what I feel for you guys. I'm just like, I understand this so much. You guys have no idea. But I feel like it's going to be really good for you guys. And you're going to be really happy with the Nine of Cups here. A lot of fulfillment. I feel like in your love relationships, whether it be romantic or friendship or whatever this is, I feel like it's going to be happy. You're going to feel more emotionally fulfilled in 2022. And for some of you, you're going to feel like super happy. Quite a lot. There's a death here. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's a death of a way you have been in your life. Maybe you have kept people away and you're surrendering to the fact that you want people in your life now. But there's definitely a transformation. And I feel like for you guys, it could be in the area of self-love as well. I feel like some of you guys, and I don't like this term, but I have to use it because I don't know what else to use it for, or how to express it. So I feel like you guys are going to go through a glow up. But this glow up is from deep within. It's like you're doing the deep-seated work. You're working on your money issues. You're working on your blocks. You're working on all that stuff. And it's almost like the whole love thing, the whole blossoming thing, it's kind of a side effect. And you may not even be aware of it. And if you have body issues, I feel like you are going to be surprised how you feel about yourself this time next year. I think there will be a level of self-love and respect. It is a process. And many times, the process gets pushed away or changed or whatever, and we have to revisit it, right? But, after years of thinking poorly about yourself, I feel like you will start to feel much better, a lot of peace about yourself. So, okay, now then I'm going to pull some spiritual messages for you guys. We're going to pull one from the Beyond Lemuria, deck. I love this deck. It's one of my favorite decks if you're a starseed or you're like a multi-dimensional human and you're aware of it. If you're on the ascension journey, if you're on the dark ascension journey, however you resonate, these cards will have a message for you. I may do 3 of these. Yeah. So we're going to do this one. Yeah, we're going to do like a 9x9 reading. Okay. I'm also going to get 3 from my favorite mystic Martian oracle. Okay. I'm going to take this one. We want this one, and we want this one. We want that one too. So we're going to get 4 of those. We'll see how that works out. And what else? What else do we want? We're going to go with Ganesh because we got the elephant. Did we get the elephant? We didn't do charms, did we? Anyway, I'm feeling the elephant for you. For some reason, I'm thinking of an elephant charm. So interesting. But yeah, I'm going to get 3 not beyond Ganesh from the Ganesh deck. So, okay. I swear, there's so much energy with you guys. You guys need some kind of like energetic release. Okay, so don't be afraid to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We have air, paradigm shift. Paradigm shift. That is powerful. Then we have radical expansion. Yes, I'm feeling that energy for you guys. With all that that death and transformation, of course your energy is going to have radical expansion. You can't have change in love and career and money and not have it hit all areas of your life. I feel like you're just going through a major like growth spurt or leveling up in 2022. As above, you know what they say. Our ancient future, interesting energy. Yeah, interesting energy. Let's see. Let's go with 11, Lyran, strength, courage, and bravery. Okay, I'm feeling that it's paradigm shift. Okay, then we have the Anaki, controlling, drama, conflict, and interest. Conflicted interest. And then we have Agarthians, manifesting, multidimensional perception, and attunement with our ancient future. Then we have the third eye, visions, manifesting, meditation. I feel like that's the overall kind of spiritual vibe that we're going with. Again, powerful for manifesting. We have inner knowing. You already know. We have energetic movement. We have a lot of that going on in 2022. And we have concentration. Okay. So I think overall, we're going to have a radical expansion of your third eye, okay? This is going to help expand your throat chakra and help with the healing going on in your heart chakra. I feel like you're going to be very inspired, and with that, you're going to be inspired in your spirituality. I feel like you're going to be reaching out to probably new paradigms that you haven't connected with yet. You may be thinking about them, but I feel like your third eye, as it activates and grows, you're going to be guided with probably dreams that feel past life, dreams that feel really real. Some of you guys are going to have like haunting experiences. You may hear your name called. I feel like you may feel like someone touches your shoulder or something like that. And your abilities are going to increase in 2022. And you're going to become aware of auras. You're going to start seeing the auras in your hands. And I feel like overall, there's an overall activation going on for you. And the career and love that we got into earlier, I just really feel like all of that is a reflection of this particular spread, okay? There is tons of manifesting energy here and attunement, okay? Multidimensional being. If you don't vibe with being a multidimensional being, I think by the end of 2022, you will. Okay, because as your third eye really starts firing, you have powerful dreams, okay? Many of them will feel like you're awake in your dream. You guys may do this naturally. I feel like some of you guys are just more awake than what you give yourself credit for. And there's an inner knowing here. I think you know the way to where you want to go. And the problem is that you're blocked with your discernment, okay? And that's been coming forward for a lot of people, this blocked discernment. And it happens a lot when you have issues with your throat chakra. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your vessel. You don't trust that you can make good decisions. And I feel like you're moving into a place in your life where the controlling drama, conflict of interest, this energy, this Anunnaki energy is being moved with energetic movement. It's just like the energy is going to begin to flow. You guys may have felt stagnant the last couple of years. You may have felt like, you know, you're not really getting anywhere. In 2022, there's definitely going to be energetic movement. There's going to be relieving of blocks. And for some of you, as these blocks begin to be relieved in career and money and things like that, it's all going to start from your spiritual practice. You guys are, if you don't have a spiritual practice, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be anything that costs you a lot of money, but it's an expression of your spiritual, etheric self, okay? And it is the acknowledgement that you feel soulful. You have a soul. You have a spirit. It's finding a place where you're allowed to be sacred, okay? However that resonates for you, okay? It's going to help you move through this energy that has been blocking your expansion. And that's why your expansion is going to happen so rapidly, okay? I feel like there are guides that are going to come forward to help you. Again, dreams, I'm hearing that very strongly. For some of you guys, I'm seeing like seahorses, mermaids, dolphins, things like that will have meaning to you, and there'll be signs of alignment. For some of you guys, it's dragons, specifically these kind of dragons. The winged serpent dragon will have a particular meaning for you. You may dream of dragons as well. And you may have a past life dealing with the god form Ganesh. I encourage you to look into that. Ganesh is one of my guides from childhood. When I first connected with Ganesh, I didn't know what he was. I didn't know who he was. And he appeared to me almost like an elephant alien, had a really cool hat, and his throat chakra was open, and I could see his voice box, and it was made of like emeralds and things like that. And I feel like for you guys, Ganesha's energy can really help you overcome the issues you have with communication, can really help you move through the really tough energies that keep us from speaking our truth. I feel like that's really, really going to be powerful for you. Okay. Yeah, let me get a couple more cards and we will close it out. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful year of change. It doesn't mean everything's going to be, ooh, I moved that. It doesn't mean everything's going to be, you know, hunky-dory, but it does mean that, you know, life is going to get, there's going to be motion in your life. Okay. Especially if you've been sitting still. You won't be sitting still in 2022. We have the High Priestess. I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. Okay. I'm feeling just so much healing energy with you. And I feel like you're going to feel, I don't know how to even put this into words. I feel like you are going to feel soul guided. You're going to be doing things that make you feel good in your soul. Deeply fulfilling communications with people. We have Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. There's a lot of self-love and healing coming in 2022. And you guys may be writers, or you may be being encouraged to write or do some kind of project in 2022. Don't hesitate. Get yourself on that, because it may not be the end result, but it's part of the process of you getting into something that you really love. I feel like that's really going to help you in 2022. And we have, I'm not going to pronounce that, the Goddess of Light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back to the same light. Okay. So I feel like for you, you have been dancing in a sacred mirror. Okay. And waiting for the next mirror, waiting for the next movement. And what you've really been doing is you've been healing and changing your life, okay? And you've been working on those manifestations. You've been releasing some blocks. And next year, well, not next year, this year, we're in 2022, there's just going to be a lot of energetic releases that happen, a lot of energetic movement that's going to allow you to do some things you've wanted to do, allow you to say some things that you've wanted to say, and to reap the benefits of living a life that is more authentic, and more aligned with who you truly are. So Okay, group one, as above, this was your reading. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day, and I will see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hello, group two, all of you that selected this head, the as below skull. This is going to be your reading all about 2022 and the messages that Lilith has for you. So the first thing we're going to do is roll some numbers for numbers of alignment and those kind of things. But keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private readings and sessions. All the information will be down in my description box below. So let's throw some dice and get some numbers of alignment for you guys. Group two. All right. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. We got 2 1s, 2 6s, and a 2 and a 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 2 2s, well, 2 1s. So and then we have 2 6s. 6s came out for the first, no, the 4s did. So you have double 6s, which usually is about money or manifestation. Then we have the 1, 2, 3, which is about taking steps on your journey. So group two, I feel like you're going to be getting down the highway on your journey in 2022. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys. So put that right there, and let's get into it. So what cards we want to pull for group? Okay, let's pull overall energies. What'll be going on for you guys? I have so many cards over here right now. Okay. All right. What is the overall energy for 2022 for as below, right? As below. Sorry. For as below, group two. I think you guys have been working really hard. You've been working on maybe, making sure everyone has a roof over their head and things like that. And just putting a lot of effort into just keeping things going. Okay, we have universal love, 44. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. What a beautiful energy to have for your overall for 2022. And you guys, I feel like you guys are going to be experiencing more love. This could be just generally people are nicer to you. Maybe you're vibing with people better. And I feel like your loved ones are going to be more expressive. I think because of everything we've gone through as a collective in the last couple of years, we're learning to appreciate people in meaningful ways. I feel like for you, maybe you're going to fall truly in love for the first time. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 50 years old and fall in love for the first time. You may think you know what love is, but hey, maybe you don't, I feel like a lot of your friendships are going to be very sweet. And there's going to be a lot of fun activity for you with your connections. You may be someone who doesn't have a lot of connections. I feel like your soul tribe is coming. Maybe you guys have called in your soul tribe. And, they may not show up all at once, okay? They may show up one by one, especially if you're someone who's been isolated. The universe is going to do this in the best timing for you, okay? You may want this all your manifestations to happen very quickly. And I think one of the energies that's coming forward with universal love is to always make sure that you take care of yourself. You can't work yourself to death and manifest, okay? That's not how it works. Yes, sometimes you have to work a lot for what you want, but you have to know when to take a break. You have to know when to rest your mind. You have to know when to have some fun. You are allowed to have fun along the way. That's why we're here. It doesn't all have to be, difficult and painful and, just energetically dense. You have to have some time where you lighten up, and enjoy life. I feel like group two, you really need to take some time to enjoy your life. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that everything's peachy keen. But what I am saying is the sun's going to shine tomorrow, and the beautiful trees are going to be there, and animals are going to be there, and life is there. And that's what we're here to experience. So every day is a new day to move forward in new experiences. And we shouldn't save our experiences for the weekend or when we're not working. Engage your environment every day. Start to enjoy your life. Now, if you don't like your job, that's very difficult, and you may be feeling called to get into something that you can actually enjoy. I know a lot of us have to work jobs we don't like, you know, that's part of life. But I feel like if you're in that situation, it's very important that you start doing things that you enjoy, not just passive things like watching television, okay? Doing things you actually enjoy doing. This will feed your soul and really help with this universal love vibe. You got to be good to yourself. Okay, I'm going to pull a card from the Dark Mirror to see what kind of challenges we may be facing in 2022 with this universal love. Because to get this big inflow of love, yeah, there's usually some kind of block or something that we release. So fill in this bottom card here. Queen of my world. Yeah, I feel like you guys have probably kept people at bay. And you may not have been open to this universal love frequency. And you may not have been open to it for a long time, okay? You may be a loner. There's nothing wrong with being a loner, but we all need people, okay? You need to have people in your life who care about you. Maybe you've had some painful realities come forward in 2021 about someone you cared about, maybe a best friend, a partner, someone who was an important soulmate, you know, and maybe it left you feeling really isolated and alone, like you couldn't trust people. And in 2022, you're going to be healing that. And sometimes how you heal is by allowing people in. You have to make the first move sometimes. You have to trust that you do know how to make good decisions about people and about yourself. And what happened isn't a reflection of your character. Things in life happen, okay? And it's part of the experience. We're here to experience joy and sorrow. And I feel like you have felt a lot of sorrow. You felt a lot of the tough energy, trauma energy, energy of people getting in your way, people not supporting you. Maybe you've never had anybody that really says, hey, you're really talented at this, or I really believe in you. And maybe that's really caused some issues with your root chakra where you don't feel good enough. You don't feel like you can actually do the things that you want to do. And I feel like in 2022, there's this energy of learning to love yourself, learning to accept yourself, and that will help you break free from restriction. I feel like there's a lot of liberation for group 2 coming, and I feel like some of you guys are scared of it. I'm picking up on the energy of this card here. See how these almost look like arrows kind of pointing out, like energetically expanding and being a little fearless here. I feel like with the Queen of the World energy, this is someone who's gone through a lot and has come out and understanding their sovereignty as a soul, as a spirit, in the material world, you know, like that you have a right to have certain things in your life. You have a right to have joy and happiness and people who love you. And you have a right to have people who treat you well. I feel like you've been mistreated by people and people have taken advantage of you. And, you know, when people you love take advantage of you, it changes who you are. I'm feeling called to go ahead and pull from the Lemuria deck for you guys. So you guys may have some starseed energy. You may be magical. You may work in like witchcraft or the occult or something like that, or magic. But you definitely have a vibe that's very different from the average person, okay? Yeah, I'm feeling like some of you guys are starseeds and you know it. Let's see. Endless opportunities. Yeah, I'm feeling that. That's a beautiful energy. I always see these bubbles and I think of bubbles of manifestation. And for me, I'm seeing like the 2 dots on the side of this card. Then the bubble in the middle here with all this energy. And then all these bubbles. I just feel like there's just so many good things. And with the bubbles of manifestation, with endless opportunities, I'm just feeling like a really happy, joyful time in 2022. I think you're going to get to a place where you are so happy with where you're at that it's going to be natural for you to start to allow people to come close to you. I feel like your manifestations are going to come probably quicker than what you think because you're putting in this work, or you put into this work on yourself, and this universal love energy coming for you. So let's get into love, because I'm feeling like you guys need to watch one of my 2020 love predictions. There's singles, and then the 18 plus is like couples and singles and general love messages. And I feel like you guys are going to have love. Love is going to be really important to you. And this could be loved ones, friends, however love, you know, resonates. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is about your love life. because you've gotten to the place where I'm feeling like in 2022, you're going to have a lot of self-respect for who you are and what you need. And you're going to be very loving, but you're also going to love yourself enough to put up good boundaries. And that's a great place to be. That's usually when you bring in your important soulmate, your twin, your soul flame, your soul flame, twin flame. Maybe it is a soul flame. Who knows? Okay, let's keep going here. We have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. I feel like that is what's dropping. Okay, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you may know that they're not your person. If you're not in a relationship, there is this healing of your sense of self with the Queen of the World. You're removing your masks and you're letting people see who you really are. When we wear masks, you know, we're deceptive. We're not being who we truly are, but we're also deceiving ourselves. Okay, when we put masks on, we're telling the world we're this way and we're believing we're this way. You know, we're trying to fit into the mask. It's like taking a Halloween mask and trying to mold your flesh around it to make it really who you are. And the truth is that the truth of who you are deserves to come out. Don't cover up who you are. Okay, owning yourself, owning where you've been, owning your challenges, it really does take on this energy that really empowers you when you own who you are. We all make mistakes. We're all flawed. Okay, every single one of us. That's part of being human. And for some reason, it's been, you know, we haven't been really encouraged to own all of ourselves up until here lately, right? We've been living in a very oppressive kind of energy, and the energy is changing. And I feel like for you, 2022 is going to be a lot about self-love. I'm getting tongue-tied. Tell me more. I'm going to get 2 more of these cards. Okay. We have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, if you're with somebody, don't be surprised if you get engaged or your relationship goes deeper, you guys move in, or you start talking about moving in, or you could meet your person, the person you're going to marry and have kids with, or the person you're going to, you know, marry and have dogs with or live with. Or I do feel like for one of you, having some kind of ceremony is probably going to be important, and the other one will go along with it. So, okay. And I'm going to get this card right here. We have make the effort. This card got some stuff on it, so it's kind of, but great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay. So I feel like Spirit is coming forward to tell you they're going to be guiding you to this person if you're single. Pardon me, I need to get a drink. Okay. Okay. They're going to be guiding you to this person, this engagement person. If you're with somebody, there's going to be a layers of self, of your partner and yourself revealed. It's going to deepen your connection. And it's going to lead to you guys getting into a deeper level of your relationship. A lot of you guys may get engaged next year or in 2022. Or you may start opening up to that idea. So, and for a lot of you, you're like, I am never getting married. Don't say never. Famous last words, right? Okay. All right. Let's get into some money. Let's talk about money here for group 2. Money, money, money. Not reading reversals. So, wow. 5, 55. 5 of swords, 5 of wands. I'll show them to you in a minute. 3 of wands. We have the 10 of cups. Wow. In money, that's great. The Hierophant. Okay, we have the 5 of swords and the 5 of wands. Okay, and money and career, you may be in a competitive field. You may be fighting for your money. You may feel like you have to fight for your money. You may be struggling financially. You know, I'm seeing like going into 2022, you probably are still having these issues. They're probably following you a little bit. But here's the thing. We have the Hierophant here. This is about leadership. And I feel like you're going to get very focused on your money with the 10 of cups and the 3 of cups. I think you're going to figure out something that you love to do. Whether it's you decide that you love your job and you're going to stay there and be happy, or you move to another job, or you take on some new training, or you start a new business. Whatever this is that you're going to be guided to do, do it. Okay? Because it's going to make you very happy. It's going to bring a lot of fulfillment. And it's going to bring success to you guys, all right? I'm not saying it'll happen overnight. I'm not saying that you just wake up and a pile of money is going to be at the foot of your bed. But what I am saying is that it's going to feel like you're getting on the road. See how they're breaking down that door with the big bone? I feel like you're going to have like a breakthrough about you not wanting to do this anymore. This fighting, this, fighting for what's mine. I feel like you've been struggling, maybe juggling bills and things like that. And I feel like that's just over. You're going to have a breakthrough in your money. This could be an opportunity. This could be clients. This could be a raise, but definitely going to have a door broken through for you. Like there's some kind of breakthrough. I keep getting drawn to that. And the Hierophant here. Some of you guys may be trying to start your own business, and you're going to have more abundance come toward you in 2022. Okay. And that's why we have endless opportunities here. Endless opportunities. And it has to do with you revealing more of who you are. If you own your own business, you need to put more of your personality into your work. It's going to help you manifest more success. Okay. And I feel like, I'm feeling like a really happy time with the engagement card here, the 10 of Cups. I feel like there's just going to be something happen next year that you're going to break through to a time where you're really happy. You're doing what you love. And if you're with somebody, you're loving who you're with, and you're talking about the future with this Hierophant. Again, Hierophant and the engagement card. So I feel like for some of you, you're going to talk about getting married, maybe. For some of you, a few of you, you may actually get married. You may run off and get married, okay? And know that for some of you guys who are in a relationship, your person wants to marry you, okay? But there may be some kind of fear here that you'll reject them. And you guys need to talk about that, because I don't think you're going to reject them. I think you're scared of marriage and not your person. And I feel like you need to open up to the fact that your past experiences in long-term relationships, not necessarily marriage, but long-term relationships, doesn't dictate the future. And this person's different. Whether you meet them or you're with them, this person's different. They're not like, if you look at the differences between them and maybe your long-term partner or your ex who made you kind of afraid of long-term commitment and things like that, you will find that they're very different. They may be similar on some things, but they're very different. And I feel like you can count on your person, okay? You're overcoming a lot about relationships next year, group 2. A lot of fear about not being enough. And I feel like a lot of you think when you move in together and you move in the next, level of a long-term relationship, maybe a marriage or something like that, or a civil ceremony, I feel like a lot of you think the relationship changes. Now, it doesn't have to change. It can stay the same. Of course, there will be depth gained, okay? Because I feel like your person will trust you. And there's something here about they want people to know that you belong to them. And it has to do with their own insecurities, okay? And I feel like for a lot of you, there's so much love here with yourself and with your partner, or however that resonates, that you're going to want to give that to them. Because you know in your heart already, or when you meet them, you know that they're the one. And if they need to be married to you or whatever, then you'll do that. You'll be open to it. I think you're just afraid that you'll be fighting more and things won't go as smoothly. And I think 2022 is about healing that and learning to trust yourself. I'm feeling like you, maybe you've made some decisions in the area of love that has really made you wonder if you make good decisions at all, kind of thing. And it may be blocking you in your career sector. So I think you need to take stock of where you are and what you've been through and how you've brought yourself to the other side of where you've been, okay? Because this time last year, I want you to think about where you've been and think about where you are now. And I mean that figuratively. I mean it literally. I mean it in every way. Think about what you've been through. Think about what you've lost. Think about what you've gained, okay? Because there's a lot to learn here as well. Let's get some more cards. Let's see here. I'm going to get... I'm going to get some more Beyond Lemuria. I'm really drawn to that for you, so we're going to pull those. And I'm going to pull... the Mystic Martian. Let's bring this. Oh, that's right there. Okay. All right. We have Gracious Receptivity. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. We have the Portal Keeper. And we have Stepping Through. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I'm getting that you will be stepping through a kind of energetic portal with this Universal Love card. Okay, you're going to be stepping through to endless opportunities, and you're going to start really feeling your manifestations flow, but you're going to have to get into receptivity. And this this mask, going from masked to receptivity, is difficult. Okay, that's a challenge. And your challenge is to not give up. Okay, not give up on your job. If you're working very hard to accomplish something at your job and you love it, to not give up on your relationship, to not give up on finding love, to not give up on following your dreams. I don't care how old you are, or, as long as you're legal age, but don't ever give up on your dreams. You can change them. Dreams change all the time, but don't give up on them. And when you start giving up on things that are important to you, you start surrendering parts of yourself. And I feel like a lot of you need to really spend some time with yourself to connect with the deeper layers of who you are so that you can manifest from a truly authentic place. You may have some masks on and you're aware of them because you feel like you can't be who you really want to be. And that's just not true. It's time for you to be queen of my world and walk in the truth of who you are and allow people to see you. I feel like you're going to get opportunities as you allow people to see who you really are. And it's really important that you remove any masks that you're holding. And I almost feel like that you need to remove that mask because it's not serving you. And let me tell you something. People know you're masking. They may not know specifically that you're masking, but they feel it. They feel it intuitively, okay? That like you're not fully walking in your authentic self. It doesn't matter if people think you're weird. It doesn't matter if people judge you. I told group 1 the same thing. It's better to be judged for who you are than to be judged for a mask that you wear. Okay? All right, group 2, this is what I got for you. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you beautiful magical creatures next time. Subscribe. Bye, guys. Hello, beautiful creatures. All of you that selected the 3rd skull, the in-between skull, this is going to be your reading. This is messages from Lilith for 2022. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some dice for you to get some numbers of alignment, some lucky numbers, that kind of thing. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It's a general session. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer personal and private readings and sessions. All that information is going to be down in my description box below. So let's find out what's going on. All right. Okay, we have 5, 5, 5. No, wait, is that a 5? That's a 4. We have 5, 5, and 4. Then 2 1s and a 3. Interesting. Okay, so the 5s are about change. Okay, so we have massive change coming. We have 5 twice here. Well, actually 4 times because we have, you could take the 2 and the 3 and make a 5. Then you have the 1 and the 4 and make a 5. So lots of interesting energy about change, coming together. I almost feel like a plan's going to come together for you, group 3, in 2022. Like you're going to be able to see it kind of start to manifest, group 3. Okay, so I'm going to get some general energy for you as well for 2022. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to pull from the Halloween Oracle for group 3, in between. In between. I'm listening. There's just a lot of energy coming through for you guys. I feel like you're going into transition. Oh, that was already flipped, wasn't it? It had change. The mummy change came up. That wasn't flipped. And then we have graveyard, unnecessary fear. I think you're fearing change. There's a lot of change vibe with this group, and you're fearing the change. I feel like you think the change is probably going to hurt, and it might. Change isn't always easy. It isn't always like an upgrade. Sometimes we have to do a sidestep before we can get to our upgrade in life, right? And sometimes we have to take a step back and regroup and move forward. It just depends on where you're at in your life. So let's keep going here. I'm going to take both those cards. Okay, let's get some more energy. I'm also going to pull from the Dark Mirror as well. Okay, woo! Those just came out. Okay, we got 3 of these. I'm going to take them. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. Well, that's good news with this unnecessary fear. I really think that, yes, change is coming, but you have no reason to be scared. Okay, this is positive change. And I feel like for you guys, you're just so afraid it's going to be something horrible and it's not going to work out. And I feel like because you have experienced so many blocks and energetic knots and things like that in trying to make things happen, that you forgot that the universe has its own timing and it has its own rhythm, and you're fixing to flow into a time where the universe is just going to start to work for you. Things are going to come to you more easily. I don't think you're going to have to work as hard as you've been working. Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus. Boom. There you go. I feel like some of you guys are going to have powerful changes in your area of prosperity. I think you're going to be feeling really good in 2022. I think you're going to see a way out of a bad situation. And I think for some of you guys, there's prosperity coming. So in your job, it could be a raise. It could be your side hustle becomes your full-time hustle. It could be that business you're trying to get going just really takes off. You are good enough. Okay, you're going to have, that's part of the change. Is when this starts to manifest, you need to feel it. You need to experience it, and you need to know that you're worthy of it. I feel like for some of you guys, the reason why it hasn't popped is because every time you get a good flow going, you overwork yourself. So you block yourself. You know, you feel like you have to work so hard to keep things going, and you haven't surrendered to the energetic flow of your manifestation. Some of you guys have been putting the energy into the manifesting part, but you haven't stepped into receivership. It's time for you to start receiving some of the manifestations that you've been actively working towards. Now, these are things that you put work into. You don't just dream about them. You don't just talk about them. You actually put work into them, okay? So it's really about a flow beginning in your life. So let's talk more about this flow. Okay. Naked before the stars. Okay. I feel like for a lot of you, you're afraid the change is going to make you more vulnerable. And positive change can make you more vulnerable. It really can. I feel like you guys you're revealing more of yourself. That's kind of how the luck starts to flow. You start listening to your intuition. You start following internal guidance. You start being open to the universe talking to you in the language of numbers and things like that and synchronicities. And you start heeding the omens. You start heeding the advice from the universe. And you may feel a little vulnerable about that because you're leaning on your intuition, and that's something you may never have leaned on before. And you may be leaning on your intuition in the area of career and money and things like that. And I feel like it's going to make you feel like things may not work out, but every risk has a reward. And I feel like there's a lot of reward possible for you in 2022. I'm not saying you're going to hit the jackpot, but what I am saying is the air of prosperity around you can be harnessed to help you manifest money and opportunity, okay? Black flower fragrance. Okay, I'm feeling like with this card, this is really about you knowing that you're good enough. You deserve this. You worked for this. You are a beautiful, unique human being, and you need to honor yourself that way and not lean so hard on what people say about you. That could be part of this unnecessary fear. Maybe you have seeked outside validation your whole life, and you may be walking or have already started walking in the pathway of self-validation where you no longer care what people think of you. And instead of being fearful about what can go wrong, you're going to start being happy and positive about what could open up for you, what could happen. That shifting paradigm is very powerful. That's how the universe shifts our luck and begins to flow with us. It doesn't mean that you won't have doubts. It doesn't mean you won't have bad days, but it does mean that you're open to aligning with a higher possibility for your life. I feel like you need to know that you deserve better. Not that now is bad, but that you deserve to have a life that's peaceful, happy, and content, and where you're manifesting money, where you're manifesting the things you need, where you don't have to worry and struggle so much all the time to make ends meet, or not be able to do the things that you need to do for yourself or for others, for those you love. So the temple of my body. Yeah, it's about self-love. You are good enough. You are more than capable of overcoming your obstacles. I just feel a massive wave of good energy for you guys. So, and you know, that doesn't happen to everybody, but 2022 is going to be a lucky year for you. So be open to the guidance that you hear. If you get guidance to do so, I tell you, this has happened to me in my life so much. I don't pay attention to the psychic hits I get, and I do exactly opposite of what I'm told to do. And in 6 months, I'm like, I should have listened. Don't do that to yourself. Listen. Do not let fear dictate your decisions, the outcome of your decisions. Do not let temporary emotions make permanent decisions in your life. Okay? You deserve what's coming to you. Okay? It's yours. You've worked for it. It's yours. Just claim it. It's yours. You need to love yourself. We have the Page of Cups here. Yeah, you need to love on yourself. I feel like you guys are emotionally neglected. Some of you guys, it's almost like you've put everything you have into like keeping stuff together, that you've neglected yourself. And look, there's no mouth on this little kid here. It's like you just keep doing, you know, keep cleaning up the beach, keep making sandcastles and not really saying much. It almost looks like he doesn't have a mouth. He does, but he doesn't. And you may feel like your voice doesn't matter. What you say doesn't matter. People don't respect you. People look the other way and you feel overlooked. And I feel like that change is coming. But there's a fire in your belly that's going to be ignited, okay? And this fire is going to help carry you through with this luck is on my side and prosperity lies ahead. I feel like you just need to really get into taking care of yourself. You need some self-care, okay? I feel it very strongly with the Page of Cups here. Then we have the Queen of Hazards. This is about independence. This is about healing. This is about being self-sufficient and not needing or wanting things from other people, and knowing that we can get everything we need from ourselves, being whole, being complete. It's okay to need someone. Like, we all need people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you understand that you're whole and complete on your own, by yourself, and that what's manifesting you've worked for on your own, by yourself. And don't get in your own way. Don't overthink things, okay? It's very important for you, Group 3, to not overthink things. Because as manifestations happen, a lot of times we get in our own head and we block up. We block up that energy. Let's see here. We have the Ten of Swords. So I feel like there is a way of being that you're done with. And I think it's the self-hatred. I think it is working yourself to the bone, never enjoying what you do, don't enjoy your life, and continuing to live in this air of struggle and not slowing down and taking some time to take care of yourself. Some of you guys need a vacation. You need a vacation from the internet. You need a vacation from work. You need a vacation from your kids screaming at you for things. And we love our children, but you know, it can be stressful. You need a vacation from stress. Now, some of you are like, I can't afford a vacation. I get it. But, you know, if you have a bathtub or a shower, you know, go in there and escape. You know what I'm saying? Like, spend some time on yourself in quiet. If you have to go into the bathroom and stand underneath the shower, you know, until the hot water runs out to get your moment, you know. If you can go to the park at lunch and commune with nature, that can be your momentary mental vacation. I feel like your mental space is very, very busy right now, and you're overthinking things, you're blocking yourself, and it's time to release the what ifs and go with the flow, okay? Because the universe is opening up a flow for you. But if you're busy overthinking everything, you can't get into the flow. Let me tell you something. What is meant for you is meant for you. And no matter how much you overthink it, it's still going to come to you, okay? What if the secret is there are no bad decisions? There are no bad outcomes. You're constantly moving towards that thing that you're manifesting. Even if what you think was a bad move, because, you know, somehow there was some kind of loss, it doesn't mean that that didn't happen to get you where you are today so you can align with the things you want. You know, what if every move we make gets us closer? That's what I'm feeling like. You need to own that. Every move you make gets you closer to the luck is on your side and prosperity lies ahead. You know, the things you think are mistakes were just stones on the pathway to your manifestation, okay? We have the Five of Cups here. Yeah, the sorrow, regret, grieving, you know, and with the Ten of Swords here, it does feel like there's a loss, and it may be a loss of a relationship in 2022. Maybe it was a loss in 21, maybe it was lost in 2021 and you're still grieving. And maybe this relationship made you feel really bad about yourself, and it's time for you to stop feeling bad about yourself. You know, it's time for you to walk in the strength of the 2 cups you have. So I'm feeling like you need to be grateful for what you do have. Maybe you don't have as much as once you did, but you definitely have more than what you think you have. A lot of times when we're starting over, when things have fallen apart and we're having to kind of maybe not hit rock bottom, but not be in the place we want to be, we have to take stock of what we do have. And I think that's what you need to do in 2022. I think it will shift your awareness. I think it will shift your luck, and you will begin to see things just flow to you. Abundance just flows, you know. And to step into receivership, you have to literally step in and say to the universe, okay, I'm ready to receive my manifestations. And some of you guys have been manifesting for years and have never really stepped into receivership. Receivership means you still do the work, you know, but we don't get wrapped up in how it's manifesting the outcome. We don't get wrapped up in the numbers. We don't get wrapped up in those things. We concentrate on doing the action, meaning like if you're a painter, you paint. If you are an artist, you do art. Whatever this is, you just do it, and you release the judgment and the expectation of the outcome of your work. And you open up the doorway of possibilities and opportunities. You allow the universe to manifest that moment where you cross the threshold, where luck begins to flow and you begin to see prosperity. Now, for some of you, it will be like an energetic dam will break, and you guys will just walk into a time where money's coming, opportunity's coming, you're happy, you're healthy. It's just a really healthy, good flow of energy. And for some of you guys, it will manifest that way. For others, you know, it'll be a slow trickle until all of a sudden, bam, I am good enough. Bam, I deserve that promotion. Bam, I deserve that raise. Bam, I deserve this opportunity. You'll be owning that you deserve it, that you're worth it. Once you walk into that, man, you become unstoppable. It's not easy. You know, it's not an easy process. I'm not saying that at all. And then we have the 3 of Swords here. Yeah, so there will be something you have to let go of, okay? And again, with the 10 of Swords, it feels like heartbreak. There may be a relationship that has to be surrendered. It may be someone who's getting in your way, who's telling you can't do things, who makes you feel bad about yourself. It could be a partner, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. It's someone important that maybe they haven't believed in you. Maybe you're becoming aware that your relationship is toxic and you have to let them go. And I feel like for many of you, letting this go instead of forcing it to work will help move you into the luck is on your side. It will shift you energetically, and it will shift your life. This feels painful, okay? It feels like a painful letting go. But know that when we remove things like this from our lives, we're opening up that space for something else, something better, something good, something that feeds us. A lot of times people who are like emotional vampires, who are parasites, you know, it's hard to let them go because we love them. That's why they're there, right? We love them. We love hanging around them. But sometimes we have to let that go so we can move into relationships that are more positive and healing instead of relationships that are draining. And maybe that's something you're going to have to face in 2022. Some of you guys already know it. For others, you're tying up the loose ends of a relationship or a job or something you're moving away from, or a friend. And you kind of know this, so it's not a surprise. But Spirit wants you to know, Lilith wants you to know that this removal, the loss of this, the letting this go, is going to shift everything for you. It's almost like your energy just changes as you let this go. Now, many of you guys with the 5 of Cups will be spending some time grieving. Grieve as long as you need to. Do what you need to do. Okay? Because if you honor where you are and the process you're in, even though it may be taking longer than you like, when you honor it like that and you take a moment for it, you move through it much easier. When you allow the universe to give you the energy that you need, you receive it and you honor whatever this loss is and you move forward. You know, then you can move towards bigger and better things and things that are truly meant for you. Okay, so I'm going to pull a couple more cards for you, group 3. We have change. We have change twice. Major change is coming again. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. And I feel like for many of you, this is a self-love journey. Okay, this is about knowing your worth. And maybe people have treated you like you're worthless. And in 2022, you're going to know your worth. And the universe is going to support it. They're going to validate you. They're going to bring in, for you guys, I feel like it's material things. You're going to know because you're going to start receiving it in money, receiving it in opportunities, receiving it in collaborations and people who want to help you. Some of you guys are going to have investors come forward and things like that. So my throat chakra has really been weird today with these readings. And I feel like a lot of you have things to say. For some of you guys, you aren't living in the truth of your artistic expression. Some of you guys want to express more of yourself artistically. There's something about a business here as well. So maybe you need to align your business more with your artistic vision. I think it will help you bring in this change more rapidly. I think it's scary. Even though you guys have been working towards it, I feel like it's still scary because you don't know what comes after. You know, you have to surrender the need to understand all of your manifestations and how things manifest. You just have to say, you know what? I'm going to do the work. I'm going to release it to the universe. And I'm going to get into receivership of the abundance that's coming to me. That could be abundance of attention, of opportunities, of money, of love, of all kinds of things. So you just have to start being open. We have Miracle 33. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source and therefore our belief that anything is possible. For some of you guys, this is going to feel like a miracle. Okay? It literally feels like going viral. For good reasons, not bad ones. This is like all of a sudden you have some kind of sale on your website and your numbers are outrageous. They're just so good. This is getting more clients if you have your own business. This is a raise. This is an opportunity that feels like it came out of nowhere. This could also be a major healing in your life as far as your emotional relationships. For some of you guys, you're healing your self-esteem, you're healing your self-image, and that's really going to help you. It's going to bring in a change though, okay? Then we have Perception 35. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. And I feel like that has to do with the Ten of Swords. And I feel like you guys, a lot of you know what this Ten of Swords is. And it's just really time to do what you need to do to move out of that energy. Okay? I think you're very gifted. You're very empathic. And you need to use your empathic abilities in creative ways to help you make money, to help you shine more clearly, to help you stand out, okay? Because I feel like some of you guys are really going to be noticed in 2022 and going to have some success. So you're going to be feeling really good, but it's going to cause a change. And for a lot of you, the energy that you've been trying to manifest is powerful. And so when it manifests, there's a ton of just people, places, things, energy coming towards you. And if you're sensitive to that, it may feel overwhelming. So be sure to take time out. That's what you've been learning. And when you're becoming aware that you have overworked yourself and you're learning that you have your own flow, as you grow in the strength of honoring your flow, the change won't be as difficult, okay? And you'll probably say to yourself, why wasn't I doing this before? This is so much easier. Why do I have to always do things so different, so difficultly, in the difficult ways, you know? So, okay, guys, that's what I got for you, Group 3. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.